Welcome to today's global news update. Stay informed, stay watchful, pray always, and be ready as Jesus said in Luke 21 verse 36. Let's take a look at today's global news. Global cyber attack impacts universities including major Canadian institutions. Jason Kenney responds to criticism over Alberta voter data leak. 10 Canadians linked to hantavirus outbreak on cruise ship. Russia reduces Victory Day celebrations amid Ukrainian military pressure. 3 men charged in attempted smuggling of dozens of firearms. Young Montreal Canadiens players impress in victory over Buffalo Sabres. Canada's top health official says hantavirus pandemic risk remains very low. Federal government wants energy regulator to oversee pipeline project reviews. Officials release interactive map for areas under boil water advisory. Reform UK gains momentum in elections while Labour suffers setbacks. A major cyber attack targeting educational institutions has affected universities worldwide, including several prominent Canadian schools. Investigators are working to determine the scope of the breach and whether sensitive student or institutional data was compromised. Cybersecurity experts warn that universities are increasingly becoming targets due to the large amount of digital information they manage. Schools are strengthening security measures and advising students and staff to remain alert against phishing attempts and suspicious activity. Jason Kenney has publicly addressed criticism linked to the Alberta voter data leak investigation, saying he feels unfairly targeted in the ongoing debate. The controversy involves allegations surrounding the handling and distribution of voter information. Officials continue to investigate whether any laws or regulations were violated. The situation has intensified political tensions in Alberta and renewed concerns about election integrity and data protection. Canadian health authorities have confirmed that 10 Canadians are connected to a suspected hantavirus outbreak aboard a cruise ship. Medical teams are monitoring those affected while investigators work to determine how the virus spread. Officials continue emphasizing that the overall public health risk remains low, though precautionary measures are being maintained. The outbreak has renewed attention on disease prevention and emergency response procedures in travel environments. Russian authorities are reportedly reducing some Victory Day celebration activities amid increased Ukrainian military actions. The annual event, traditionally marked by large public displays and military parades, carries major symbolic significance in Russia. Analysts say the adjustments reflect growing security concerns and shifting wartime priorities. The ongoing conflict continues to affect political messaging, public events, and military strategy on both sides. Authorities in New York have charged 3 men accused of attempting to smuggle 89 firearms in a major weapons trafficking investigation. Officials say the operation involved illegal transportation and distribution of firearms across jurisdictions. The case highlights ongoing concerns about gun trafficking networks and public safety risks. Investigators continue examining potential connections and whether additional individuals may have been involved. The Montreal Canadiens' younger roster members earned praise after delivering a disciplined and confident performance in their Game 2 victory over the Buffalo Sabres. Coaches highlighted the team's maturity, defensive structure, and ability to stay composed under pressure. Fans and analysts are encouraged by the development of the club's younger talent, which could play a major role in the team's future success. The win also builds momentum as the series continues. Canada's top public health official has reassured the public that the likelihood of a hantavirus pandemic is considered very low. Health experts say hantavirus infections remain rare and are typically linked to specific environmental exposure rather than widespread human transmission. Authorities continue monitoring reported cases and emphasizing preventive measures. Officials are encouraging the public to remain informed while avoiding unnecessary panic. The federal government is considering shifting pipeline project reviews to the National Energy Regulator rather than relying on the current Impact Assessment Agency. Officials argue the change could streamline approval processes and reduce delays for major infrastructure projects. Critics, however, are concerned about environmental oversight and transparency. The proposal reflects broader debates over balancing energy development with environmental protection and regulatory efficiency. Officials have published a detailed map showing neighborhoods and communities affected by an active boil water advisory. Residents in impacted areas are being instructed to boil water before drinking, cooking, or using it for hygiene purposes. Authorities say the advisory was issued as a precaution while water quality testing and infrastructure inspections continue. The map is intended to help residents quickly identify whether they are affected and stay informed about updates. Reform UK has achieved strong gains in recent elections, creating political pressure for the Labour Party after disappointing results. Analysts say the outcome reflects shifting voter sentiment and frustration with traditional political parties. The gains could influence future campaign strategies and broader political discussions across the United Kingdom. Party leaders are expected to respond as the political landscape continues evolving ahead of future national elections.